Can you hear it? That growing silence in the offices, the studios, the factories. It's not a peaceful silence. It's the echo of obsolescence. It's the sound of tasks that yesterday defined careers and today are executed by lines of code on a distant server. In 2023, a Goldman Sachs study predicted that generative AI could impact 300 million full-time jobs. This isn't a projection for a distant future. It's a description of a transformation that is already underway. Think about your job. Think about your skills. Now imagine an algorithm trained on the entirety of human knowledge in that field, operating 24/7, without fatigue, without ego. The question is no longer if your role will be affected. The only question left is, will you be prepared for what comes next? Will you be the architect of your transition, or just another silent victim of algorithmic efficiency? The clock is ticking, and the echo grows louder with every second. How exactly does this silent replacement happen? It's not magic, it's architecture. A software architecture designed to replicate and optimize cognitive processes. Large language models, like those in the GPT family, don't just write emails or create images. They analyze complex financial reports, draft preliminary legal contracts, debug programming code, and even manage entire marketing campaigns. Frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch are the construction sites where these intelligences are built, layer by layer, artificial neuron by artificial neuron. The automation of repetitive tasks was just the beginning. We are now in the era of skill automation. What once required years of experience, an analyst's intuition, a translator's precision, a junior designer's creativity, is being encapsulated in APIs and sold as a service. This is the hidden engineering that is redefining the value of human work. For decades, the mantra was specialize. Become the best at one single thing. But AI creates a cruel paradox. Extreme depth in a single technical domain without breadth can become a trap. Why? Because a highly specialized and well-defined task is the perfect target for automation. AI can be trained to outperform humans in niche functions with frightening speed. This is where the warning from thinkers like Yuval Noah Harari becomes palpable. He tells us that professional stability is an illusion, and that the ability to continuously reinvent oneself is no longer a luxury, but a basic necessity for survival. The specialist of the future will not be the one who knows everything about one thing, but the one who can connect knowledge from different fields, who has the wisdom to ask questions that AI cannot yet formulate. Your expertise is an asset, but your rigidity could be your downfall. If we are in a war for relevance, we need weapons. And the first, most fundamental one, is literacy in the language of power, programming, specifically Python. This isn't about everyone becoming an AI developer, but about understanding the logic that moves the world. Python is the lingua franca of artificial intelligence due to its simplicity and its robust ecosystem of libraries, like NumPy for numerical computing and Pandas for data manipulation. Mastering the basics of Python is like learning the alphabet of a new reality. And frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch, they are the grammar. They allow you to orchestrate complex neural networks without having to build everything from scratch. Understanding how these systems work, even on a conceptual level, removes the veil of magic and gives you agency. You cease to be a passive spectator and become someone who understands the mechanics behind the curtain. This fluency is your first line of defense against obsolescence. Many believe the skill of the future is prompt engineering, the art of giving the right instructions to an AI. This is true, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's the entry level. The true mastery, the skill that will truly set you apart, is systems or orchestration. Imagine yourself not as a user, but as a conductor. Your orchestra is composed of different AI models, each with its own specialty. One is a genius at data analysis, another at image generation, a third at logistics optimization. Your job is to make them play in harmony. This means knowing how to integrate different APIs, how to create workflows that combine machine precision with human judgment, and how to build complex solutions from simple components. Prompt engineering is about talking to a single tool. Orchestration is about building a cognitive solutions factory. It's the difference between using a hammer and being an architect. At the intersection of code and the chaos of the real world, a new profession is emerging, and it is indispensable. The AI integration strategist. Think of them as a translator, a bridge. On one side, you have the technical, abstract language of AI models, algorithms, and APIs. On the other, you have the concrete problems of a company, the needs of a client, the goals of a project. This professional's role is not to program the AI, but to translate business needs into a viable AI strategy. They answer the crucial questions. What problem are we trying to solve? Which model is best for this task? How will we measure success? How will we integrate this solution into our existing workflow without destroying our culture? This professional combines technical knowledge with business intelligence, empathy, and strategic vision. They are the human link that ensures technology serves strategy, not the other way around. The relentless pursuit of algorithmic efficiency comes at a cost, and it is often paid in human currency. The same AI that optimizes your career can be used to monitor every second of your workday. The same algorithms that recommend content can perpetuate toxic biases, discriminating against job candidates based on flawed historical data. This is where the voice of experts like Timnit Gebru becomes a necessary beacon. Ousted from Google for warning about the dangers of large language models, she forces us to confront the hard questions. Who is responsible when an AI makes a mistake? How do we ensure that the systems building the future do not replicate the injustices of the past? Ignoring these questions is not just morally irresponsible, it's a terrible business strategy. A career built on technology without ethics is a house built on sand, ready to crumble at the first sign of public scrutiny. True mastery includes a moral compass. If AI can analyze data, write code, and design products, what is left for us? Where is our advantage? It lies in the domains that computation cannot yet touch. True creativity, for example. Not the recombination of existing patterns, which generative AI does so well, but the imaginative leap that creates something genuinely new. Critical thinking. The ability to question assumptions, to identify bias in a dataset that the AI itself cannot see, to ask the question no one else is asking. Emotional and social intelligence. The ability to lead a team, to negotiate with nuance, to inspire trust, to understand the human context behind a problem. These are not soft skills. They are your shield. They are the competencies that are hardest to automate because they are rooted in the complexity of the human experience. As everyone rushes to acquire technical skills, do not forget to cultivate that which makes you irreplaceable. The dominant narrative is one of competition, human versus machine. It's a dramatic narrative, but a fundamentally flawed one. The future belongs not to those who fight against AI, but to those who learn to collaborate with it in the deepest way. Stop seeing AI as a passive tool, like a hammer or a spreadsheet. Start seeing it as a teammate with superhuman abilities in certain areas and complete ignorance in others. Your job is to manage this collaboration. Delegate the analysis of millions of data points, the generation of initial drafts, the automation of tedious tasks to it. This frees up your own cognitive bandwidth to focus on what truly matters: strategy, final decision-making, ethical oversight, human connection. The most valuable professional of the next decade will be the best human-AI collaboration manager, the one who knows how to get the most out of the machine to maximize their own human potential. So, what does the career of the future look like in practice? It will be hybrid. It's not about abandoning your passion or your area of expertise. It's about fusing it with a deep understanding of AI. Think of some examples. The AI-augmented physician, who uses algorithms to analyze scans and diagnose diseases with greater accuracy, freeing up time for patient care. The smart contract lawyer, who combines legal knowledge with the ability to audit and create blockchain-based contracts. The AI ethics and quality trainer, a professional who ensures a company's models are fair, transparent, and aligned with human values. Or the immersive experience architect, who uses generative AI to create personalized virtual worlds. The path is not to abandon your field. It is to become the bridge between your field and the technological future. It is to be the person in your area who understands AI better than anyone else. The old career model is dead. The idea that you study for a few years, get a job, and then work for 4 decades applying the same set of skills is a relic of a world that no longer exists. Welcome to the perpetual reskilling cycle. The only constant in your professional life will be change. The most important skill you can develop is not Python, not prompt engineering, not even critical thinking. It is the meta skill of learning how to learn. It's the ability to quickly abandon what has become obsolete, identify the new essential competencies, and acquire them efficiently and autonomously. This requires radical curiosity, intellectual humility, and relentless discipline. You must become your own knowledge curator, your own curriculum architect. In a world where technology accelerates exponentially, your ability to adapt is not just a competitive advantage. It is your only guarantee of continued relevance. We have reached the end of this journey, but the beginning of yours. We've seen the echo of obsolescence, the architecture of replacement, and the paradox that threatens specialists. We've explored the tools of defense, from code fluency to the art of orchestration. We've discussed the ethical costs and the irreplaceable shield of our humanity. Yuval Noah Harari warned us of the need for reinvention, and Timnit Gebru of the need for conscience. AI, in the end, is a mirror. It reflects our ambitions, our biases, our priorities. It can be a force that renders us obsolete or the most powerful tool we've ever had to augment our intelligence and creativity. The choice does not belong to the algorithm. It belongs to us. The final question, the only one that truly matters, is not what AI will do to your career. It's what you will choose to do with AI. Will you be the tool or the architect? The decision is yours.